Hello, pre-chat time. I'm sat in my office. Is it warm? Like it matters, doesn't make a difference. Anyway, we've got a special. Yeah, sorry being away for, a little while. Series 3 was great. Good guess. If you haven't listened, go back and listen to some wonderful people. Yeah, we've got Johan Harry, we've got Simon Thomas, a Blue Peter presenter. Well, he used to be. He's not now. We've got Wyn Evans, the Go Compare man, Joe McElderry, and Nat B's chat, Natalie Bevins. Yeah, one of my best friends, which was cool. But I do like having friends on here, and I do like having people that I think are interesting on here. And so I thought what we'll do is a special. Yeah, we'll do a special. And it's going to be naked. No, I mean, we're not naked. The episode special is going to be naked. So there's going to be no Bethia beats. There's going to be no fat chicken or film bag. But we'll be back with all of that for Series 4 and a whole lot more. Like, I can't even tell you. Anyway, let's get into this episode. This episode is with the wonderful Judie McCourt. She used to be a breakfast radio host, and her lovely dulcet tones could be heard on the Postcode lottery adverts. Yeah, that's her. Someone's knocking on your door. Someone's ringing a bell. We're not sponsored by Postcode lottery, by the way. We're just chatting. Anyway, enjoy this naked episode. It's not us naked, it's the episode. Anyway, enjoy. What a delightful, couple of days, actually.
You enjoyed it?
I'm so full. I'm so full of food.
I'm so full of food. I don't want you to leave.
I'm not leaving till tomorrow.
No, but I don't want you to leave tomorrow.
Good job you have the wonderful Winnie.
I know. She is wonderful.
Your dog.
Yeah, she is wonderful.
Which is nice.
I think she's your dog now.
I think she's kind of just everyone's dog, to be honest. She's just, so chilled and relaxed. Chilling on the floor.
She's ours.
She is ours.
We share everything. Am I okay to have a glass of fizz in my hand?
I can, yeah. Why would you not? I've got a glass of fizz, but it's just Coke. Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola. Before we get in trouble. It's quite nice because we're just in your living room.
Yeah.
On your sofas, dogs on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
The pitter-patter of, I was going to say, it's the rain on the window. When your dog sort of looks out like it's like an 80s music video. Which I kind of like.
I always wanted to be in an 80s music video. I think I would look well in an 80s music video.
I think you're too young for that,
Well,
just saying that.
That's why I love you.
No, it's fine.
But actually, I always had 80s video hair.
What, like Boofy on hair, like Kate Bush hair?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, as soon as you're in my house, I think it's only fair that I show you some 80s photos, which I will do after we've done the work stuff.
Oh, this is not work, though, is it?
Well, no.
Someone's knocking on your door. Do you have to pay for that?
No, I think Postcode Lottery have paid for it.
We're going to be busy.
Gonna be busy.
I feel like Paul McCartney. Is he, sir? I can hear the bubbles. Look at the Foley.
Sorry.
No, I like
I'm
it.
drinking fizz. Champagne.
Darren Litton, who writes Benidorm.
Yeah.
He called this the soft opening. Of course he did.
Who doesn't love a soft opening?
We all love a soft opening. Anyway,
don't look at the clock.
Best thing.
Were you gonna say a time, and that clock's been stuck on 1:20 for about 3 months.
Which means it is right twice a day.
Yeah, as well. It was on the windowsill, and Winnie licked it, so it doesn't work anymore.
I've got to put some clocks up for you, haven't I?
You do. That's why I don't want you to leave. You need to do all my DIY.
I don't mind doing that. Anyway, best thing. Series 3, you're an added bonus.
Am I?
Yeah, because I didn't want to wait for Series 4 for you to be on, because it wouldn't be on for ages. So I've just put
Does Series 3 not just run into Series 4?
Saving the best till last. Sorry, Joe McElderry. Oh, got two sort of Geordies back to back.
Geordie, massive.
Do you know Joe? Have you met him?
I have met Joe, yes.
He's a lovely guy.
He is a lovely guy. He is... He's very good friends with quite a few friends of mine, actually.
You Geordies.
Yeah, we're like the Geordie Mafia. Like Denise Welsh and Tim Healy, we all just cling together. Jill Halfpenny.
Why would you not? And also, is it Leanne from... not Leanne, Jade from Little Mix.
Yes, and also Perry from Little Mixes from up.
I thought she was a Mackham.
No.
She's not from Middlesbrough. Maybe it's the wrong one. I think maybe you're thinking about Amelia Lilly.
Amelia Lilly is from around here.
Is she? She's in Geordie Shore now.
I know she is. I know that because her mother came round for dinner last week.
We hope to get Amelia on the show. And
I can ring her now if you want.
We'll do that.
We'll do that.
Yeah, it's fine. We'll force her to
No,
do it.
Amelia will do it. She's gorgeous, by the
she's
way.
beautiful.
She's a beautiful girl.
Super talented. Anyway.
Yes, she is. Anyway.
Judie McCourt on the sofas.
Yes.
A little bit of fizz in her hand.
Sorry.
It's like it. Why not? Dog's asleep. Best thing. Food. We've... can I just stop this? I know you said we've. I
Yeah.
cooked...
No, I think it was a we.
Oh, was it?
Well, it was a we because we went to the supermarket.
We did go to the supermarket. And also, your brother popped in Yorkshire Pudding King.
So Brian is the Yorkshire Pudding King.
He is.
Yeah.
If anyone else wants to dispute that, you can leave your own photographs of your Yorkshire puddings.
Yeah, that would be
Yorkshire
good.
puddings.
Because honestly, my brother is so precious about his Yorkshire puddings that you could probably have a Yorkshire pudding off. Anybody listening to this could have a Yorkshire pudding off with my brother. And the thing is, normally what happens is, because I am a bit of a Sunday lunch girl, we have a thing. And generally what happens is, all my friends do everything real. You know, like...
What, they make it?
Well, they make like cauliflower cheese.
Oh, from scratch?
From scratch.
Yeah,
They get the potatoes and they roast them from scratch. They do all of that. But what they cheat on, Daniel Johnson, is the Yorkshire puddings.
Aunt Bessie's.
Well,
We're not sponsored by Aunt Bessie's.
No, Aunt Bessie's is one. But Janet, my friend, swears by Aldi.
Is it Aldi ones?
Beef dripping, yes. Anyway, I digress.
I've not asked you anything about food yet.
So
Keep
what
going.
we did was, we did everything boil in the bag, didn't we, really, today?
It wasn't. We went to the supermarket and we bought some microwave, but I still had to cook it.
Yeah.
And it was timings. And do you know what? Most of the stuff wasn't cold. It was okay.
It was beautiful.
We did all right.
It was delicious.
And we had trifle.
Yeah.
Not
homemade.
Not homemade either. No. Going back, what was on your dinner table when you were younger? What were you eating? What were you forced to eat or what you loved to eat when, it was cooked by?
Well, my mother was a baker rather than a cook. Mm-hmm. So we always had lovely chocolate cakes, apple pies.
You're good at your chocolate cake. Didn't you make your mum's chocolate cake?
I do make my mum's chocolate cake, but it's not. So anybody's birthday always has a chocolate cake with dairy milk melted on the top and Smarties, as you know. You've seen it a million times
And
now.
it's like an indeterminate sort of thing that's on top. No one knows what it is, if it's 50 or just so...
Well, my brother will kill me, but he was 50 recently, and I put a 5 and 0, and I sent it to you, Jeff Brazier and Matt Johnson.
My brother.
Not your brother.
No.
To see what you thought of it. And he was so divine and said it looks amazing. Jeff was like, oh, that's fantastic. And Matt Johnson went, so what? I was like, what do you mean, so what? He said, why have you put so on the top of a cake? I was like, it's 50! And my friend Anna, her twin girls, Gabriella and Sophia, were 8 recently. And I made them a chocolate cake each, and I put a G on one and a S on the other for Gabriella and Sophia. And my dad said, I thought the twins were 8, not 6. I went, no, they're 8. Well, why have you put a 6 on? I went, it's a G! Nobody understands my cakes.
And that's what makes them special.
And that's what makes them special. But I tell you what, if anybody wants one of my chocolate cakes, seriously, I will make it.
She will. And it'll have an indeterminate age on top. A word.
Or a letter. Yeah.
Doesn't look like it.
Yeah. But it'll taste delicious.
Do you have a speciality when it comes to food? What's your, signature dish?
Do you know what? I'm the worst cook ever.
Why would you say that?
Because...
Do you say that or do other people say that?
No, I say that.
Well, then it's not true.
But I don't really cook. I mean, I do a Sunday lunch and a chocolate cake. That's all I do. But actually, what I love, if you hark back to my childhood, my best thing to eat was mince and dumplings.
Oh.
I don't know whether this is like a northern thing.
Yeah, it is. I don't think I ever had that.
Have you not?
No.
Oh, you've never lived.
No.
Daniel. Well, you're here for another night. So I might make you that tomorrow.
Do you do this thing that Natalie, who's also on this podcast, does as well? And you always forget that I don't eat meat.
Natalie, this is what we do. Sorry. Oh, crikey. Honestly,
Even today, you're like, shall I make you a chicken sandwich? We can have a chicken Caesar salad for later, can't we?
I did. Because what we did, so today we cooked Sunday lunch for...
Stop saying we.
Daniel cooked Sunday lunch for 6 of us, because that's all there is allowed.
Of course. No, some people were outside.
Yeah, some people were outside. There might have been 8.
Queuing.
There might have been 8 then.
It's fine.
And yes, I said, well, should we buy 2 chickens? And I said, we can have a chicken Caesar salad tomorrow. And he was like, we've been friends for like 12 years and you still don't know I don't eat meat. I'm like, oh, man. You can just have a Caesar salad.
If you're playing the drinking game of best thing and you're like, when is Dan going to bring up that he's like a pescatarian? There you go. Drink now.
Yeah.
Are you more of a... I think I know this anyway. Are you
drink.
more of a... Well, we all drink. It's fine. Are you more of a dessert person or a savoury person? What's your go-to if you went to a restaurant?
Do you know what? If you look at the size of me, I'm both. You know, like... So one of my friends, Robson, she is very much a savoury girl. You know, you could wave a bit of like whole nut in front of her and she just would look at you like you were mental. But the problem with me is I love nuts and crisps and savoury, bacon sandwiches, everything. And I love chocolate too. So that's why I'm a fatty bum bum.
What? I mean, you're not. You're giving yourself a really hard
But
time.
I'm happy with that. I'm comfortable now in my own skin. But I love chocolate. I love chocolate. I don't love like... So when I make my cakes, I don't put cooking chocolate on the top.
Yeah, well,
Is that a thing? I put dairy milk on.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Cooking chocolate, I think,
like
it's a bit
fake
bitter.
chocolate. Yeah, I don't like
Yeah. Are you in the fridge chocolate person? Or are you in the cupboard chocolate
Do you know,
person?
it's the weirdest thing. This is what I
Don't care.
I do not make sense because I have chocolate in the fridge, but I don't like it out of the fridge.
What?
I know. But so what I do, I don't like anything out of the fridge actually.
Let's get rid of the fridge. Don't need it now.
No, it needs to be in the fridge before I let it stand. Let it rest. Let it all rest.
People rest meat. Jude rests chocolate.
I rest everything.
Just going to rest that for that.
I rest everything, including myself.
What would you say? I think you've already sort of slightly given it away, but that's fine. So I don't mind that. What would you say is the best thing when it comes to food for you? And it doesn't even have to be a food. It can be like a feeling or a memory or any of those things that people have said.
Well, if you say a memory, one of the best things I've ever eaten was
the roast I just cooked.
Apart from the roast you've just cooked, I was at a restaurant in Dubai called Pierre Chic, and it's like in the middle of the ocean, or it might be a sea. I don't know. Anyway,
I think the ocean and the sea is the same thing.
we digress.
Is that?
In the middle of the water.
Water. It's fine.
In the middle of the
Yeah,
water.
yeah. What is it called?
It's called Pierre Chic. In Dubai, and it's a really ridiculously expensive restaurant, so you can only go there once in your whole life.
I've not been there.
Well, I didn't pay, to be fair. I didn't pay. But I had these prawns, and you think, well, a prawn's a prawn.
Prawn's
oh
prawn.
My goodness, they were so delicious.
Why were they so good?
I don't know. It was probably the sauce. It was probably the water flapping around me. I don't know. It was beautiful, and I think prawns. I mean, when I eat, I'm a bit of a calorie counter. So
Right.
like I'm always thinking, oh, a moment on the lips, a lifetime on the hips. But actually, with prawns, you don't feel guilty, do you?
No.
And I also love a good steak. I feel bad saying this to you because
No, don't. Actually, I think eating steak is probably the most friendliest of the things because a cow feeds loads of people. So it's only one cow death and it feeds loads of people. When chickens, it's sort of a bit different.
it's just one off, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
But yeah. So a nice steak. I do enjoy a nice steak.
Okay, there's a few things there. So, well, I would say for Jude, your best things, and we'll go for the first one because you didn't say it, is the mince and dumplings.
Mince and dumplings,
as
yes.
well. You forgot about that. And those prawns from that place that none of us will be ever, not even you can go again.
I'll never be able to. Go again. I'm still paying it off.
and the steak. Where's the best place you had a steak? Mine was in Vegas, Old Town.
Oh, really? Where?
Yeah. It was somewhere where like the Rat Pack used to have.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it was like really old school, and it was like amazing. And actually in Dubai, some good places in Dubai. Steak-wise.
Yeah, there are. And my best steak was in a restaurant called Cut.
Okay.
in the Beverly Wilshire in LA.
Oh, well, no, of course.
Yeah. But do you know what? You need a mortgage for that as well. So I'm
Yeah.
still paying that off too.
All of these mortgages that we have to do for food. Amazing. Thanks, Jude. Next up, we're going to be talking TV and film, and I feel like we've watched a lot of that, so we'll do that after this.
So last week I had Jeff Brazier knocking on my door.
Hey.
This week I've had Daniel Johnson knocking on my door.
Yay.
And if next week I get Matt Johnson knocking on my door, I'm going to pretend I'm not in.
I'm so sorry, Matt. I'm so sorry.
No, I
We're
love
joking.
Matt. No, I love Matt.
He's a kind soul.
He's beautiful.
Isn't he?
God, isn't he so handsome?
He's really... he's handsome with
it's
all
just-
different colours of hair. Short, long, just so handsome.
I didn't like the blonde. I didn't.
I think it was a dare, though, wasn't it? Or wasn't he
no
doing
idea.
it with... was it with Paddy McGuinness or something?
Well, possibly, yeah. He doesn't share his intimate life with me like he does with you.
I don't know if he
I'm
does
happy with
that with his. We're all lovers of a dog, and I haven't actually said this on the podcast yet.
Oh, don't.
What?
Are you going to talk about Darcy?
Just a little bit.
Honestly, don't.
Yeah,
I'll go on then.
we got Winnie here on the floor, who's been a great little substitute.
To be fair, they are the postcode lottery dogs now, aren't they?
They are the Postcode lottery dogs
Yeah.
in the Christmas advert, and then we've got Alan, which is Matt's dog.
Oh, isn't he sweet?
What's Jeff's dog called?
Mabel.
Mabel.
I think it's Kate's dog.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Don't get that wrong. I'm gonna get in trouble. And then we had Darcy, and she's not with us anymore. But she had the most amazing time, and she was a cutie matootie, wasn't she?
Oh, wasn't she just a beautiful
Yeah.
girl?
I've not put it on social media. I haven't really spoken about it. But in this series, she's kind of made her way into the whole best thing kind of thing. She's always been walking around.
The thing with Darcy,
Yeah.
she was so she just didn't care that you were Daniel Johnson, did she? You know, like I've never met a dog who just was like, oh, whatever. Look at my dad, but you should be looking at me.
I just embarrassed her. Yeah, of course, she was the Duchess. So
beautiful.
yeah, so I just wanted to say a big love out to the wonderful Darcy. Thank you for being a great auntie to her.
Yeah, well, I loved her, and honestly, and I will always love her. How are you? How are you after Darcy sadly passed?
Yeah, I'm all right. It was pretty tough. So, and do you know what? She was my TV buddy. And so I'd sit there and we'd just watch TVs together. TVs, just multiple TV. That's what kids do now, isn't it? Multi-screen. And yeah, we just watch TV together, and that's what kind of. But she really got me through lockdown. And I did a thing called Wellness Wednesday for your friend Anna, and she was one of my things. It just helps. Imagine not having Winnie over the last year.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
I don't know how to cope because obviously we both live alone, and so to have Darcy and Winnie with us, because it's so funny actually, because a couple of people have said to me, obviously my friends and people in Darlington where I live know Winnie, but they were saying, is that Daniel's real dog? Yeah, she's a real dog.
Yeah, I just picked her up, man.
Is that a real Alan? Yes, it's a real Alan.
10 years I had that little crazy dog.
I know.
Anyway.
I actually think you just got Darcy when we met.
I think I did, yeah.
But then I feel like I've known you more than 10 years.
Yeah, we met in 2010 and I got in 2011, so yeah.
I must have known you before Darcy then.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Oh.
Bless her. Anyway, I just thought I'd let you know. TV and film. I know I don't normally like pinning people down for this, but like, are you more like a TV girl or you're a film girl? I kind of may know the answer to this maybe, but are you a TV girl or a film girl?
I'm a TV girl.
I know you are. I mean, this morning, was it this morning or the other day? You watched like 3 episodes of Emmerdale, 2 episodes of Coronation Street, and a partridge in a pear tree.
No, that's because I don't sleep. But I have such an eclectic mishmash of things I watch. So I always worry about my my planner on my telly. Do you ever worry about your planner on your telly?
No, because I don't put it on Serious Link to tape all of Neighbours.
Did you say you tape? Do you know how old that makes you sound? Don't you stop this recording. Don't you stop this recording. What did you say? You said you tape things.
I said Serious Link, and then I say tape.
You said tape.
Oh, I'm so old.
That really makes you sound old.
My technology-wise, yeah, kids would have no idea what we're talking about. But actually, I'm not going to say kids don't listen to this, because one of the kids, I shouldn't call them kids, young adults, the football team that I coach, he was like, I heard your podcast the other day. It was all right.
Yeah, you're all right, you are.
Yeah, it was all right.
You're all right.
And I was just like, oh my God, there was so much swearing stuff in that podcast.
People swear in your podcast?
Yeah, and I was just about to say, you haven't said any bombs yet.
No.
Do you reckon you will? I don't know.
I don't think I will, no.
Okay.
100% I won't, no.
Okay. I mean, you can. No one swore in season 1,
No.
season 2 and 3.
Who swore?
Everyone's sworn.
No.
Everyone has sworn in
Right,
seasons 2.
Name and shame, come on.
Darren was terrible.
Darren Listen?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's foul mouth.
Simon Thomas, we had on episode 3.
Stop.
And
Simon.
he only said the S word. Shiver me timbers.
Shiver me timbers. I'm surprised it's Simon, actually.
Yeah, just right at the end, it's fine. Who else? Michael Chakravarty, who's one of the contestants on Bake Off. He was a swearing McSwearison.
Really?
Yeah. People like
You
to
see,
swear.
do you know it's so funny? Because we've had Sunday lunch today.
We've had some what?
Sunday lunch today.
Yeah.
And we were talking about Morecambe and Wise because they were so funny. And we were actually talking about the fact that nowadays you watch Gogglebox and they're swearing all the time.
Yeah.
Like I watched that with my dad and it's like, awkward. It's a great show and I love watching it. But the swearing drives me nuts.
Yeah, it may not. I
You
don't
know.
know if it's needed. I mean,
I don't think it's needed. But the point was today, it's Sunday lunch, was that Morecambe and Wise were hilarious, but they never swore. There was never any sexual innuendos.
clever writing.
It was clever writing.
Yeah.
I think people are lazy now.
I think there was some sexual innuendos.
I think probably would. I'm just a pure...
I love it because we're kind of talking around it, but we're also talking about it because we're talking about Morecambe Wise. TV wise for you, and you said you're more of a sort of more TV than film.
Yeah.
What are your go-tos? Is it the soaps? Is it because Lucy Jones said that she's never missed an episode of Coronation Street since she's been alive? Obviously not. She didn't go back and rewatch all the others because there's a lot.
Well, Coronation Street at the moment is hot, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the acting in Coronation Street actually at the moment is amazing. And Emmerdale actually, because obviously People's Postcode Lottery sponsor Emmerdale. And
They don't sponsor this podcast though.
they don't sponsor this podcast. No.
Too much swearing. Yeah. So are they your go-tos?
Right, so easy watching, because I'm a bit of a Candy Crush player while I'm watching TV.
You were doing it yesterday.
I know.
didn't notice.
I hate myself for that, but
I like it's a nice chill. It's just a chill down.
do you know what? Shall I tell you exactly why I play Candy Crush while I watch TV?
Because the company was terrible.
No.
Okay.
Because it keeps me awake. I am the girl who you sit down to watch a TV show and I fall asleep. If
right.
I'm not playing Candy Crush, I fall asleep. So
Jude, I'm just in this new TV show. Come and watch it. She's playing Candy Crush, but she is watching it.
no,
She'll
I am.
just try not to stay asleep.
Look, we're presenters. We're multitaskers.
Oh, there you go. No, do you know what?
Sorry, that's so amateur.
I didn't say that we should turn off all tech. But do you know what? That's life. Is it to say you haven't played Candy Crush today? Go on, name and shame.
It's actually my brother's girlfriend, Lucy, and she put, "Thank you for a lovely lunch, Jude. Daniel and Joe are just fab. Bev is hilarious. And Janet too. Lots of love." So that was the guest list today.
That is literally the guest list. What about Winnie and the dogs and Coco?
Never mentioned
Oh,
them. So-
cheeky.
So there they are.
So yeah, back to. Have you put it on silent?
Right, I have, yeah. I've put it on.
Oh, someone's ringing me now.
Amateur. Amateur.
Do you know what? On silent though. So, whatever.
Sorry.
So just
I'll put it on
vibrations
Do
of
Not
the.
Disturb. Right, so back to TV. So I have an eclectic mishmash of TV shows. So I love the soaps. I always watch the soaps. I love Only Fools and Horses. Oh,
Classic.
Friends.
Yep.
Can rewatch them over
All
and
the
over again.
time.
Yeah. And but I love murders. I love real
Wait.
murders
On the TV.
on the TV.
Okay.
Wolves. And I'll tell you,
We both live by ourselves. Don't say that.
Yeah, I know.
Love a murder.
I do worry though. Sometimes if anybody looked at my planner and I thought, I could kill somebody with an onion. I'm not going to do that, by the way, P.S. But there's a program called On the Case with Paula Zahn. Have you ever seen that?
No.
Oh, it's amazing. So basically, it's all these like cold cases that she revisits. She's an investigative journalist, and
That's not easy to say.
Not when you're drinking champagne. And yeah, she revisits all these cases, and when you see them solved, it's incredible.
Oh wow!
So I love all the.
And what's that on?
I think it's on like Sky Atlantic or something. It's
Okay.
sponsored by them, no?
Nice. Ooh. So would you say, do you know what, you're not the only person to sort of say like a bit of a murder mystery and documentaries and stuff like that. People have been loving that.
Oh, I'm telling you what I'm loving at the moment. Sorry to interrupt. Summer House. Have you seen that?
No.
Summer House.
What's that on?
It's on Hey You.
Hey You. Hey Jude. None of that was a Jude by me. Do you just get that all the time, people saying that to you?
Yeah.
And you live on, I'm not going to say where you live, but like.
No, I'll say where I live. My name is Jude, obviously. Well, my name is Judie McCourt.
Judith.
But actually, Judith is my name, of course. But obviously, all my friends call me Jude. And I live on Abbey Road.
And that could be anywhere in the country. Or the world.
But it's in Darlington. I'm not telling you the number.
Do you know what? It's fine.
There's not that many houses.
What would you say is the best thing for you when it comes
what
to...
would you say? No, that's
what would you do with the That's what we do. Oh, we're going to be talking music very soon, so we'll find out what is the best thing
right, sorry,
about
TV, show.
TV and film for you.
To wrap this up, what do you
thank
want to
you.
know? What do you want to know?
I want to know what the best thing is about TV and film for you.
The best thing is Graham Norton.
Ooh, why Graham? And would you like to do the TV show?
Why Graham? Because I think he's got a lot better. I didn't really like him in the early days,
right.
But I do really like him now. And I think he gets some great guests.
Amazing guests.
Yeah, he does get some great guests. And I do think he has a very... He like he's like you, you know. You don't... Like, we're apparently doing this interview, but this is just me and you chatting. This is what we do. Normally.
We just got like this mic set up.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is a bit weird. You should put some photographs of this.
I know. People don't know what goes into this, to be honest. I brought this big crate out, you know.
Yeah, what's the crate for, by the way?
It's to hold all the stuff.
Oh.
But also looks like raggedy. So if I put it in the back of the car...
had the stuff in the back?
Yeah.
It had the stuff in it?
Yeah.
Oh, right. I thought you had to sit on the crate. Obviously, we're not sitting on the crate. But what's funny is I'm so precious, aren't I, with my things. And... You brought 2 chairs from the kitchen into my front room, and I was like, oh, you're going to get marks on the carpet.
So what have I done?
You put magazines under the legs of the chairs. Yeah. You're so good. You're a very good house guest. If anybody wants a house guest.
Don't pimp me out. So Jude's best thing when it comes to TV and film is obviously some of the soaps and stuff, but pretty much the Graham Norton show.
I've gone Graham Norton, yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I like him.
Nice.
Yeah, I like him.
Next up, we're going to be talking... music. We were singing a lot yesterday since Shania Twain, so I'm sure that's going to be in there. But we'll be finding out the best thing about music for Jude after this, yeah?
You're not going to make me sing though, no?
No, it's fine. We won't do that. We'll come back after this.
Thank you. It was so funny because when you told me that you had a radio show...
You're like, really?
I was like, really? No, because I've done a radio show for like 20 years. No, but I thought, you know, Daniel's a singer, he's an entertainer, he's a performer. He's not a presenter. And crikey, you proved me wrong. Honestly, I was so impressed with your your BBC radio show. You were so good.
I went back into the archives of Judie McCourt's radio history, and I was listening to you and seeing how you did your little mixes.
Stop it.
I had listened.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, of course.
No, you didn't. You silly
I watched
sod.
videos.
No, you didn't.
I like to give you a little stalk, you know.
You don't have to stalk me. I'm stalking you. I'm stalking you, stalking me.
TV and film was just what we did, and I like that because I love a little bit Graham Norton, and no one said anything about it, but... We've now moved over because one of the things I actually like about the Graham Norton show is that they get these amazing musical guests. And so we're going to be finding out the best thing about music for Jude. Do you like live music? Do you like going to concerts and stuff like that? Or is that like, would you rather just watch it at home?
Do you know, I don't really like going out. I'm such a hermit.
After COVID, it's just been like, I'll just stay in there.
I just can't think about going out. But I do like watching live bands. Do you want me to tell you my favourite ever gig?
Yeah, of course.
I'm probably going to change my mind a million times, but at the minute in my head is James Morrison.
We were talking about James the other day. Yesterday.
You and
We're
me.
singing what song? Because you love Undiscovered, which is his
love
first
Undiscovered,
album.
Yeah. Well, I remember sitting outside of a restaurant in Gateshead with James Morrison, and we were. This sounds really random, but there was a restaurant in Gateshead on the quayside, and Bryan Adams was playing at St James's Park, and we could hear Bryan Adams playing in St James's Park from where we were sat in Gateshead.
Were you not invited, or did you just not go?
We couldn't afford the tickets.
Yeah, probably.
So, and James said to me, "Do you ever think this is, by the way, when he had his first song out?"
Yeah.
And he said to me, "God, do you ever think, Jude, that I'll ever perform at like Gateshead, Newcastle United, St James's Park?" And I said, "Yeah, I actually think you probably will because you're really good." And he said, "Well, if I do that, I want you to have the front row." And I said, "James, one thing you'll know about me is I don't sit on the front row. I don't sit in the front row, pet. I'm on the stage with you."
Yeah.
He went, "Oh." And actually, he didn't invite me when he did it.
Did he
Cheeky
not?
monkey, no.
You've got his number. You can call him, can't you?
I did actually stalk him for a bit. No, I didn't.
You know that he's one of my favourite artists of all time.
Isn't he so good?
I love him.
You know, he busked for a long time. He used to earn a fortune busking. Well, why wouldn't he? He's amazing.
I met him as well.
What a beautiful boy he is.
Yeah.
Honestly, he's so nice. And do you know what? He had so much success. And you know when somebody deserves it, like a lot of people deserve it. You deserve it. Look, everybody does.
Yeah.
Most people.
You
not
deserve it.
everybody.
Winnie deserves it. It's, yeah.
I haven't had any success yet.
What?
But when I do, I will deserve it. But honestly, I was so thrilled that he did so well because he was so nice. So nice.
Oh,
I love him. And I love that song Undiscovered.
you do.
I do.
Yeah. I'm not lost. I'm not lost. I'm just undiscovered.
I think that really applies to so many people, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Because particularly in these weird times of the pandemic, it's like we're not lost, we're undiscovered because everybody's thinking, what's going on? And what, I was chatting, well, you were there as well. I'm allowed to say that. When my cousin Karen came over yesterday, and we were talking about, like, I honestly think I'm bordering on agoraphobic because when
We've been to Sainsbury's 4 times. What are you talking about?
No, I know, but it stresses me out,
Yeah, I know.
I don't like it. I don't like leaving the house. It's weird. And I know I have to, and I know I will. I've had my first jab. But I just think to be around people is weird now because it's gone on for so long, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think that people are probably going to struggle moving forward because they've got used to sort of being at home. At the beginning, if you ever told anyone, by the way, you're not allowed to leave your home, you can't go to work, and people are like, what?
I mean, you and I live alone.
Yes.
So we have bubbles, don't we?
We have bubbles. You're in my bubble.
Yeah, we are bubbles. Yeah.
Bubble.
But it's and actually, I'm okay with my bubbles. I don't really want to see anybody else. I'm really
No
not.
offense to anyone who
No-
is our
no
friends
offence
outside
to-
of our
yeah.
bubbles. So yeah, okay. So James Morrison, live music and stuff like that. What were you listening to when growing up, and what kind of did it kind of work your way through like the music that you like now, or did it change, or you like? Because I know you're really into garage and R&B. I was in the garage the other day.
It's like 'cause I had a guy around to try and fix my garage doors. I don't know what garage is, to be fair. So, I've got 2 silly stories. So, I loved Bon Jovi when I was growing up.
Did you fancy him?
Well, of course. Who didn't? And I remember I did a TV show and I had to interview John Bon Jovi.
Oh wow!
And honestly, I was planning my outfit for weeks, right? So,
Do you still have it?
well, what happened was the morning of the interview, I slept in. I never.
No.
Can you imagine me sleeping in? I never sleep in. I slept in. So I literally had to put the clothes on that I had on the night before. It was terrible. And I met him thinking, oh my God, he's never going to love me in this outfit. And then I met him and he was so sweet. However, I think never fancy a man whose bum is smaller than yours? And his bum was tiny.
He got a tiny bum.
Tiny hips.
Tiny
He was a
hips.
tiny person. Tiny person. I thought, oh. I don't know why I was bothered about what I was wearing. P.S. He didn't fancy me anyway.
Good hair?
Oh, great hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's and beautiful, just charismatic, you know. And the other thing I used to listen to, so I loved Def Leppard, and I loved. I mean, it sounds like I'm a bit of a rocker, but maybe I was. I don't know. But Def Leppard was a great band for me. I used to listen to their music all the time. Bon Jovi, and I loved Axl Rose and Guns N' Roses. I loved them. And there's a weird story. So one of my friends lived in Dubai. Should I tell the story or not?
Yes.
So one of my friends lived in Dubai, and he said, so I used to have a boyfriend who lived in Australia. So I used to travel backwards and forwards from Australia, like
I remember.
twice a month. Remember, Matthew? Yeah. So we're not together anymore. Anyway, but that's another story. So so I used to stop off occasionally in Dubai on my way back and forth from Australia. And one of my friends in Dubai said, can you come to, because he knew that I loved Guns N' Roses. And Guns N' Roses are playing in Abu Dhabi, which is like an hour away from Dubai, on Tuesday. And I was like, man, I don't get to Dubai till Tuesday night. They'll be finished.
Yeah.
But I said, I'll stay in Dubai for a few days on my way home. And he said, well, they'll be gone by then. But he said, well, they're going to Beirut. Do you want to come on an adventure? And I said, yeah, why not? So I went to Beirut.
What?
With Axl Rose. Honest to God, it was the strangest experience of my life. I was on stage with Axl Rose.
Had you met them before?
Never.
Wow.
Never.
See, Judie on stage. James Morrison, listen.
I didn't sing. It was in Beirut.
Wow.
I mean, my mum was alive at the time, and I didn't tell her I was in Beirut. And I actually said to her,
Still in Dubai, Mum. Still in Dubai.
No, I said to Axl Rose, I said, I don't know whether you do this in America, because obviously he's American. And I said, I don't know whether you say this in America, but my mum used to say to me when I was a kid, your bedroom's like Beirut, tidy it up. And I was like, we're in Beirut. It's a mess. But there were some beautiful parts of Beirut, really beautiful.
Yeah.
It was like one extreme to the other.
Yeah, that's most places.
Yeah,
I can drive down the road from where I live, and it's like, Beirut.
And in Darlington, obviously. But you know what's really weird as well? We went to, so I went out for dinner in Beirut with Axl Rose, and there was a...
Matt Johnson is probably so jealous of this story because he loves
them.
Guns N' Roses, yeah.
I know. So what happened was we went into this restaurant where we had a table for dinner, and there was a lounge singer. Is that what they call lounge singers?
I've been that person. The guy that sings in the corner, girls that you just ignore. Don't clap. They're just there.
You shouldn't be in the corner, pet.
No, I'm a bit down in the corner.
Anyway, and he was singing Neil Diamond songs.
Okay.
So he was singing Sweet Caroline, ba ba ba. Anyway, when Axl Rose and myself walked in, he started singing Sweet Child of Mine. But Axl absolutely loved it. It was a pinch me moment.
I love that.
It was a pinch me moment. And what was really funny about that, I don't think I've really ever told this, but
exclusive.
What was really funny about that was Axl Rose would never travel in a car with anybody other than his bodyguard, right? So he had a car and I had a car separately, right? So, but then he got a bit annoyed with his driver. And he got out of the car. So me and my driver had to find him and pick him up. And so we had to sit in my car. I thought, Axl Rose is in my car.
Yes.
I'm not in his car. He's in my car. How weird is that? Honestly, it was a surreal moment. He's nuts, by the way.
Yeah, I can imagine.
He's nuts.
Yeah, he's a rock star. Best thing about music for you, Judie. What is it?
Do you know, my mum loved music. She loved music. I think music is soothing. It's inspiring. It's it's one of those things that travels through emotions, doesn't it? You know, you have the rock songs and you're living in your youth and you're rah, rah, rah. And then you have like the Shania Twains or the other bits and pieces where, you chill out or you reminisce to it. I think music is so magical. And I actually didn't realise how much I loved music until quite recently, actually. Because I worked in radio predominantly for the most of my life. And I thought, I don't even like music, really. It's getting on my nerves now. I'm sick of it.
It was a nice break, though. When I
Yeah.
worked in music radio, it's a nice break to be like, and I'll stop talking. Here's the song.
But now, I think I didn't actually realise how powerful music was, because at the time it was, that's 3 minutes, 37 seconds. So I've got 3 minutes till plan to think what I'm saying next. And then I'm looking at the clock thinking, I've got to get the news on time and all that. You know what it's like.
I do know what it's like, yeah.
But when you actually step back from it, and I'm not working in radio anymore, I think, oh, crikey, music is so powerful,
So
and
important.
it is really important, Daniel. And I never realised how important music was. I really didn't. So the best thing about music is music for me. It really is. It's, it doesn't matter whether you're happy, you're sad, you're excited, you've got the girls around, you've got the boys around, you're doing whatever you're doing. The best thing about music is music.
That's easy, isn't it? Well, that's easier for me to remember because I'm not writing anything down. Judie's best thing to do with music is music.
Yeah.
Next up, we're going to be talking something random. This is where you can choose anything you want. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to think about.
Well, do you know what you need to? Because I'm in a dilemma. I've got two things.
Well, you can tell us what it is after this. The best thing.
Don't you look at Winnie and you think, Winnie, just be impressed by your mama. Your mama's doing a podcast with Uncle Daniel.
She
couldn't
care
give
less.
a monkey's.
Oh, I didn't.
You thought I was going to say.
I thought you were going to
Shiver me
swear. I pulled out my my cable of my earphones right now. It just comes out really easy. So just say some stuff. So best thing about something random for Judie. What is it?
Right. So okay, I've got. So I love musicals. I love I love watching them on the TV, on DVDs. I'm not going to say VHS because that will really age me.
Did you tape it?
Did you tape it,
Did you tape them?
Love watching live performances. I love going to the theatre. One of my... What are you laughing at?
Because I think I know what you're going to say.
You think I'm going to say Book of Mormon?
Yeah.
Well, I love Book of Mormon.
Oh, you're not going to say it?
I wasn't going to say that. I was going to say the best thing is Winnie.
Is there Winnie the musical?
No, but there should be.
So you were going to choose between musicals
and Winnie.
Your dog.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's a lovely story about Winnie, and I love that the way that Winnie came into your life. And I think it's really beautiful. How did you find the wonderful Winnie?
So how I found Winnie was, so we had a Postcode Millions with People's Postcode Lottery in Uxbridge, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
that's not far from where you live.
Yeah, well, I went to school there.
That's right, you did.
Yeah.
And we went to Dogs Trust. So we had a bit of I don't know how to say this, but we had a bit of an issue with Uxbridge Council.
That's okay.
And
they don't listen.
Well, good. So we were struggling to find a location to do our Postcode Millions event. Anyway, Dogs Trust, their head office, is in Uxbridge. So they said, well, we'll just do it here because Dogs Trust is a beneficiary of money from players of People's Postcode Lottery.
Thank you so much, players.
Thank you, yeah. So so we went there and I mean, I was never like an animal person, I mean, I always loved Darcy.
You love dogs.
Of course, but I was never, I just thought I'm never going to have a dog. I was just not that kind of person. Anyway, I was went to Dogs Trust in Uxbridge and they showed, they were introducing me to all these dogs and I thought, oh, crikey, I just have to take them all home. And anyway, there was one in particular that I thought, I've got to have him. So they were like, yeah, you want him?
I didn't know this.
Did you not know this?
No.
Anyway, so he was mine. And I was like stalking Dogs Trust, going, how's he doing? Is he okay? When's he coming home? When's he coming back to me? Anyway,
That's what people do on Tinder when they've only met once.
Yeah,
on a picture.
Trust, yeah. I think they all blocked me, to be fair. Anyway, they then said to me, oh, you can't have him because he needs to be with a family. Because dogs just obviously take it very seriously.
Yeah,
and they're
of course.
very...
Well, they don't want people to give it back.
No, of course not. And they said, look, he needs to be with a family who have a dog. So you can't have him because you haven't got a dog. You've never had a dog. And I couldn't believe how devastated I was. And I said, well, I am, honestly, I was so upset. I literally cried. It was ridiculous. I behaved like an idiot. But I was really upset. And I thought, well, that shows me that I need a dog in my life. So I said to Dogs Trust, right, okay, well, just can you keep me in mind for, another dog who needs a loving home? Because obviously prices of dogs, particularly through the pandemic, have gone through the roof. They're so expensive.
Yeah, I've been quoted £3,000 for a dog.
Well, that's just crazy.
Yep.
And the thing is, there are so many beautiful dogs who need a loving home.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, I'm not going to go to a breeder. I'm not going to do it. So I wanted to have a dog that needed a home from Dogs Trust. Anyway, so they said, well, we've got these puppies in Brighton. Why don't you go and have a look at them? And I said, look, I'm not looking at these puppies. I'm not looking at any puppies. You pick me one and I'll have him or her. I don't care.
Yeah.
So they said, okay, fine. So literally the next day,
Lucky dip.
I stopped off at the pet shop. I bought like a crate to
Yep.
bring them home in, and anyway, this little ball of fluff. Oh, crikey! She stole my heart immediately.
It's the eyes.
Oh, she's just the most beautiful little girl, and honestly, from that day, it was the 19th of February. And I've literally never looked back. It's the best thing I've ever done. It really is. It is the best thing I've ever done.
That's so good for you.
And honestly, I never thought I was a dog person.
I know. And
but
people don't.
And I was like, she's not coming up. She's not going upstairs. No. She's not going upstairs. Oh, she's on my bedding. She's on my expensive bedding. She's in everything. Look, she rules this house.
She's
by
such
the
a
way.
clean dog, though. She'll go outside, it'd be raining, and her paws will be completely dry when she's coming in. I'm like, what?
Yeah, but I do smother in a nice fluffy towel. But anyway, she is the best thing. I don't know how I'd have got through this pandemic without her.
I was the same.
Yeah, with Darcy.
Yeah.
I feel bad talking about Darcy because obviously.
All the things you said about her while behind her mark.
No, I didn't ever say anything bad about her.
It just sounded like that. Oh God, she's always pooing.
I just feel, the thing is, the difference with Darcy and Winnie, okay, because Darcy, you had Darcy at a word, didn't you?
Yeah.
Like, if you said,
But
Hop,
she was older.
no,
When he's like 2.
well, she wasn't old when you got her.
No.
You trained her.
Yeah, but it took 4 years.
Well, Winnie's 2.
Exactly. So you got another 2 years to perfect that. She's
Honestly.
as good as gold. She's as good as gold.
Well,
But it's good that she keeps you on your toes, which I like.
I love her so much.
I'm going to say for you, Judy, the best thing about something random is the wonderful Winnie, your dog.
Yeah.
Winnie
is,
the dog. Woo.
And
Oh.
the best thing, another best thing.
No one's ever done 2 randoms.
Oh, can I do 2?
Yeah, you
randoms?
do whatever you want.
It's almost like 3 because Book of Mormon
Yeah.
and musicals is
Yeah.
1. Winnie's another. Actually, Winnie's before the musicals, just to be clear. Winnie 1. Oh, and you.
Oh, stop it.
You are literally one of the best things to ever happen to me. It's weird because, obviously we've been friends for such a long time. And you just can't even remember where you started and ended and whatever. But you are so beautiful. You are the best friend anybody could have.
If you need me, you know where I am.
I know. No, I do
and
know
I'll just
that.
come up and I'll come and
I
see
know
you.
you
And
do.
I don't care.
I do. And obviously, I'm the same with you.
Exactly.
I remember when you had that gig where didn't they want to put you in a caravan?
I didn't mind the caravan. It was fine. I just didn't want to stay. It
didn't
wasn't nice. And so I was like, I'm going to drive.
You didn't like the caravan. You didn't like the caravan. So you drove 3 hours to come and stay with me.
I wasn't even close. I was in Manchester, which is so far away from here.
It's not that far.
It's quite far.
It's far enough.
Yeah.
But you still drove.
Well, I love you back exactly the same. Let's stop the loving because it's too much for me. I'm going to turn it back on you. You've got one last best thing, and you've got a couple of seconds to think about it. What is the best thing about you, Judie? You're going to find out right after this. I know this question is not what everyone kind of wants to say something nice about themselves, but that's the reason why I do it, and that's the reason why I do this podcast, because I think we want to talk about nice, uplifting things, and you've had some great things as well. So, Judie, what is the best thing about you? I don't know what that laugh as well. Is there loads? Are you quite nice about yourself?
No.
Oh,
I think
same as everyone in England.
Do you know what the best thing about me is the woman who made me. My mama. My mama is the best thing ever. Do you know, my mom, she was a florist. You know my mom.
I do.
And she worked at the same florist for 63 years. And she retired when she was 79 years old. And she was still doing weddings and funerals. And
She's a pillar of the community. Everyone knew her.
Yeah, and honestly, you drive down the road and she'd go, it's his wife's, it's their anniversary, it's his mum's birthday.
You're the same, though.
She doesn't like carnations. And honestly, my mum was like that. So the best thing about me is I'm a woman who made me.
And she was a beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
Which is still in everyone's hearts. And when I'm around you and other people around you as well, we always talk about her.
I know, we do, don't we?
Always. And there's lovely pictures around your house of her and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you are such a kind, that's my knees going, a kind soul. And isn't it amazing that, a lady who just supported so many people, was so supportive of you and all the things you've done.
Do you know what I think? I think it's always like my mum was like everything to me, and she died in 2018. And going forward, for me, the best thing is to make her proud. I always want to make my mum proud, and that is the best thing about me, wanting to make my mum proud.
I think that's absolutely perfect. Well, I wanted to say, as we're just coming to the end, is you are such a kind soul. You back so many of your friends and family, and all of them feel your love. And you just make your house is always, even it's been difficult because of the pandemic, but before, your house has always been this sanctuary for so many people that come in and out of our lives, and you just make everyone feel nice and safe and secure. And I just hope that we and the rest of your friends and family make you feel the same, because you are so bright. You do. Do you know what, Daniel? You are the best friend a girl could ever want. I'm telling you now. I mean that. I'm blushing.
I am actually feeling quite emotional.
I know. I don't think we've had this emotional kind of time on this podcast. So,
but have you ever done a podcast with one of your best friends?
I'm going to say no. You are my bestest.
No, but you must have done.
No, I have. We've had Natalie Bevins has been on this season.
And
Lucy Jones was on season 1, and there's some others to come on. My mum's done it. And stuff. So I think
Matt and Jeff done it?
No, because I wanted my favourite Postcode lottery ambassador to do it.
Oh yeah, they're going to be fuming about that, by the way. Do you remember when we had
They don't listen.
Do you remember when we had to play Snog, Marry, Avoid?
Don't bring it up now. Judie, you stop
I was asked by the social media team at People's Postcode Lottery, like, if you had to Snog, Marry, Avoid any of the ambassadors. Obviously we've got 3. I snogged Matt Johnson. I avoided Jeff because he's married.
Of course.
And obviously I married Daniel Johnson because, honestly, if anyone is going to marry Daniel Johnson, it's going to be me. It's going to be me.
It's going to be me. And I'm good at tidying up and a bit of cooking as well, so it's fine.
You are actually, do you know what? You are the best thing. This podcast is not the best thing. You are. You tidy up, you put the dishwasher on, you make your bed, you clean your bed,
It's made now, and I've literally been in and out of it just because I've been so blooming tired. So you're hopefully, fingers crossed, Pride of Britain stuff is coming back. So you're going to be hopefully doing red carpet, because you've done loads of the red carpets.
Yeah, that's exciting. I love that. Well, I don't like it at the time, but I like it afterwards. Yes. It's really weird, isn't it? You see all these celebrities coming towards you, and you're like, oh,
you remember them all.
I don't know what to say.
You remember them all.
And then you just go blah, 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 blah. Anyway, but it's such a beautiful event, that Pride of Britain.
And you do loads of them. There's the animal one as well, Animal Heroes.
Animal Heroes, yeah.
You've even done my local one of Reading.
Pride of Reading, yeah. That was a beautiful event, wasn't it?
It's so cute. I mean, can you imagine what all the stories are going to be after this?
Ugh.
It's going to be heart-wrenching.
And do you know, I'm such a suck. I cry at I cry in curry. I cried Emmerdale. I cry, I just cry all the time. I'm such an emotional idiot. I don't know how to change that. I'm not
Never
sure
change. Never change.
But I do. I'm a very. So what I do is, so if I'm interviewing, so I don't just interview the celebrities at Pride of Britain. I also interview the winners of Pride of Britain, and crikey, you just feel so humbled by these incredible human beings.
All different ages as well. It's incredible.
Yeah, and you just feel stupid by
you're like, what have I done today?
They make you feel stupid because they're so incredible, and they, but
they don't think they are. They don't think they are.
I know. There's beautiful girls who are, sending get well cards to every patient in the hospital. There's boys who are raising money by sleeping in a tent, and there's other kids who are running, marathons every week, and you just feel stupid,
Or just looking after their nan when they're young. You know what I mean? Just the simple things, and there's no one else to do it, so they'll do it.
Do you know what? Kindness is such it's such a unused word, I think. And I know it's probably more used nowadays, but not necessarily just the word, but it's like the meaning of it. That's the best thing. If like anything, my mum would always want me to be kind, and I pride myself on being kind, and I urge people to be kind. To not just to others, but to yourself as well.
We struggle with that.
We have that conversation all the time, don't we? Like we say, obviously I've put a few pounds on in lockdown. We've only place we can go is a fridge, and that's the end of it. But you have to be kind to yourself and to others. And I think if you live and die by that rule, you've won. And the Pride of Britain brings it home to me every year, and I've missed that. I've missed it.
Judie, you're an absolute star. I'm glad that we got to do this. I'm glad that we got to sit on your sofas. I wanted this in season 1.
Is this not the rehearsal?
No, we've got now. I haven't actually pressed record this whole time. Thank you so much for being a great guest and a wonderful friend.
Oh, I love you so much. Will those marks come out my carpet?
Oh, I'll be down there with the vanish later. Anyway, we'll go and
thank you, Daniel.
I'll have a drink now.
I'm so proud of you.
Oh, stop it.
Do you have a glass of champagne?
I'll have a glass of champagne. Right, we better stop here. Thanks, Jude. Thank you so much to Judie. Oh, she's such a doll. She really is. Hopefully, if you enjoyed this wonderful... I've already said it was wonderful, but this lovely special for Best Thing. We'll be back with Series 4 with some added additions. Some things may be changing a little bit, but don't worry. As always, our favourites are going to stay. So we've got Adam Harris and his Fat Chicken. He'll be back. Bethia Beats bring us the best in brand new music. And the boys at Filmbag, Tom and Revan. Music in the background is by Jimmy Lundy, Tom Baxter and myself. And the artwork is by JMD. That's it. Unless I do another special. Who knows? Maybe. But we'll be back for Series 4. Thank you so much for listening. And we'll talk to you very soon.